Hi, my name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties in Park City, Utah. Thank you for joining me for my Jeremy Ranch market update. I have three objectives here today. Number one, I want to give you a brief overview about the Park City real estate market. Number two, I want to share with you recent sales and prices in Jeremy Ranch. And number three, I want to talk about the length of time homes are taking to sell in today's market and the reason why. So let's jump right into it. Let's take a look at Park City's real estate sales. The Park City real estate market is strong. The current inventory of listings for sale is at the lowest level that it's been since we've been keeping records in the Park City Multiple Listing Service, which goes all the way back to 2007. Over the past 12 months, there's been 1,348 sales, and that consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land. That is a drop of 3% or 45 sales from the 12-month period the year before. This graph here shows us homes, condominiums, and lots. And in the red bar, we're seeing the period of time from May 2017 through April 2018. The silver bar represents the 12-month period the year before. And you can see that the number of sales is actually down, primarily because of limited inventory, with homes dropping from 548 sales to 535 sales, a 2% decrease. Condominiums down 3%, dropping from 661 sales to 638. And even lots are down from 184 sales, 9 fewer sales to 175. That's a 5% decrease. But what's happening with prices? Everyone's always interested in knowing what's happening with prices. The good news is they're going up. Here we're looking at the median home sold prices, and this time I've broken it up between Park City and the Snyderville Basin, which is the county area of Park City. Property values have increased in the city limits by 7%, with the median sold price rising from $1,790,000 to $1,907,750. Also, we're seeing a 7% increase, so it's pretty steady inside the city limits and outside the city limits, climbing from $967,500 to breaking the million threshold of $1,040,000. So prices are up in terms of homes. Condominiums, again we see increases, this time in the city limits, a whopping 12% increase, with the median sold price for condominiums climbing up to $765,000 from the previous $685,000. In the Snyderville Basin, a 3% increase from $482,500 to just below $500,000 at $498,000. Vacant land, also an increase, look at this in the city limits, climbing 33% from $680,000 to $907,500. Now I need to point out that there's been 25 sales during the last 12-month period, which means we're not talking about a large sampling, and you could have 1 or 2 lot sales, even 3 lot sales that are in a superior location during the last 12 months compared to some that were for sale the year before. That could account for it. So when you see the 33% increase, it's a true statistic, but I don't want you to think that every lot went up by that much, because that would be an inaccurate way to interpret it. In the Snyderville Basin, we see a 2% increase, with lots climbing from $460,000 to $470,000, a 10% bump. Now let's turn our attention to the Jeremy Ranch real estate market. Home sales in Jeremy Ranch are up 12% over last year's number of sales. It rose from 52 sales to this past year, 58 sales, a 12% bump. So it's nice to see people are buying homes in Jeremy Ranch, and sales are increasing. I want to take this time to talk a little bit about absorption rate, because it helps us predict into the future what the market is likely to do. Absorption rate forecasts how long the homes currently on the market in Jeremy Ranch will take to sell based upon how many homes sold in Jeremy Ranch during the past 12 months. So we're looking at the history of sales in Jeremy Ranch and projecting that if there were no changes, how quickly the inventory of homes will be absorbed by the marketplace. Jeremy Ranch homes are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 6 days, which is very, very strong. There are currently 17 homes on the market in Jeremy Ranch, which equates to about a 4-month inventory. Now, the National Association of Realtors says that a 6-month inventory is a balanced market between buyers and sellers. Longer, it favors the buyers. Shorter inventory favors sellers. So 4-month inventory favors the sellers in this current marketplace. Home sales have ranged from $380,000 all the way up to $2,650,000. That's a huge range. It results in a medium sold price of $968,750, which is up 4% from previous year's value. What we saw the year before was $932,500. So a nice 4% increase within the Jeremy Ranch single-family home marketplace. Turning our attention to lot sales, the lot sales in Jeremy Ranch are up 40% over last year's numbers. What that means is it rose from 5 sales to 7 sales, so a nice increase. Again, there's a demand for lots because we have fewer homes on the market. People are buying lots in order to build the home that they want. Jeremy Ranch lots are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 52 days, and there are currently 11 lots on the market in Jeremy Ranch, which equates to a 19-month inventory. Prices for the lots have ranged from $270,630 all the way up to $545,000, with the medium sold price being $410,000, up 24% over the previous year's values. So lot values are definitely going up. Here you see specifically it rose from $330,000 up to $410,000. Now, if you'd like to receive the information, the specifics on the homes and lots that make up the data that I've shared with you, you can go to buyparkcity.com/Jeremy Ranch, and you might want to bookmark that for a quick reference and select the request recent sales data, and I'll send that information to you. In fact, let me just show it to you real quickly. Here we are on our website, buyparkcity.com. This is the page devoted to Jeremy Ranch, and you'll notice here that we have this button here that says Watch Jeremy Ranch Webinar. In effect, that's what you're doing right now. Or you can go over to this button that says Request Recent Sales Data. If you click on that, this window will open up. It's quite simple. It says, email me sold data on recent sales in the neighborhood or condominium listed below. What you do is you go down to this box here, you type in Jeremy Ranch, fill out the rest of the information, your name, your email, phone number, and you hit submit. If you're interested in receiving our newsletter, click this button, yes. It will allow you to put your address in there so we can send it, and hit submit, and we will send you by email the recent sales data. It's just that easy. Now let's take a look at how long it's been taking homes to sell these days. According to the Park City Multiple Listing Service, homes have been selling over the past 12 months in 97 days on average. This means that when a property is priced correctly, based upon recent comparable sales, they sell in less than 100 days on average. Now, of course, that means some sold faster, some took more than 100 days, but that's the current statistic as of this month. The Multiple Listing Service also tells us that the current inventory of homes for sale in the Park City area are staying on the market longer than in previous years. So yes, on the one hand, price it correctly, they're selling quite quickly, but because many sellers are choosing to overprice their properties, buyers are refusing to pay those higher asking prices, and it's slowing down the marketplace for those folks. Now let's take a look at an important graph. This graph here shows us that the average time on the market for homes that have sold is 97 days. Now let's take a look at the average time on the market of active listings that have not yet sold. 179 days. Now this is an interesting contrast. Those that sell on average less than 100 days. Those that haven't sold can be on the market easily 6 months and still not be sold. Now what this doesn't show us is it doesn't show us the cumulative days on the market when a property is relisted, whether it's with the same realtor or a different realtor, and now there is a cumulative time over several listing periods. How long are current listings that have been relisted been on the market? 283 days. Now that's really quite striking here, because that means that you price your property correctly, you can sell it in on average 97 days. If you overprice it, trying to get the highest price because we have a limited inventory marketplace, sellers are waiting 283 days still without selling it. Average escrow once you go under contract is 30 to 45 days. Got to add another 30 to 45 days on that to get a sold figure. So it really makes a big difference where you price it and how long you want to be on the market. The Park City multiple listing stats show us this. Price your property right, it will likely sell within 100 days. Overprice it and your property will likely be on the market for 283 days or more without a sale. So let's consider this timing. When a property is listed, that's when you see the greatest amount of activity because it's new, it's a new listing. There's typically buyers out there who want to buy a property, they haven't found it, and so you see a lot of activity the first couple weeks of a listing. Then as time goes on, if it hasn't sold, the activity starts dropping off, in part because everyone looking has seen it already, and it starts becoming a little bit stale in the market. People are starting to wonder what's wrong with the property. Is it overpriced? And the interest starts dropping off. So days on the market are an important thing to consider when your goal is to sell your property. This graph shows it a little bit differently, where a seller might say, Ron, there's a limited inventory here, so I can price my property higher, and so I'm going to price at this number, see what happens. Very common thing that people do. Period of time goes by, doesn't sell, they make a correction in the price, they lower it. Some more time goes by, have to do it again. So again, you go back to why do you want to sell your property? Try to match it with your length of time of having your property on the market. Now, to assist you in correctly pricing your property, I've recorded a special webinar entitled How to Price Your Property to Sell in Today's Market. And I go through tips in greater detail to assist property owners when they're thinking about selling their property. So you may want to check it out. Go to buyparkcity.com/selling. Look for this image that's behind me and watch that webinar, and I think you'll find it helpful. If you want our input on how your property compares to other properties that have sold, give us a call. We're happy to help you. We'll come out and look at your property. We'll answer any questions that you have. If you'd like to learn how much your Jeremy Ranch property is worth in today's market, simply go to buyparkcity.com and select the free home valuation button at the top of the page. Let me show it to you real quick. Here's the page. Go up to the top to the free home valuation. Click on it and you'll see an easy form to fill out. It says, I'd like to know what my property is worth. Contact me for a free property value assessment. It's already checked. Complete your information in this section. Hit the submit button and we will contact you and arrange a time to see your property and provide you with that information. And there's no cost or obligation whatsoever. If you have any questions, please contact us by sending me an email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com or my colleague Doug at thewilsteinteam.com, and we would be happy to assist in any way that we can. If you'd like a phone call, include your phone number and a preferred time, and we'll give you a ring. I want to remind you that every single month we have a Park City Market Talk webinar. Lasts about 15 minutes. We give you a thorough update on the market, a little more details than we covered in this brief webinar, and we address 2 or 3 other important topics that are on everybody's mind. So feel free to check that out. We update it around the 15th of each month. So thank you very much for participating in this webinar. If you liked the webinar, if you found it helpful, do us a favor, like it on YouTube. The bottom of this window, there's a YouTube icon. Just click on that. It will take you to our YouTube channel. There you can click on the thumbs up if you liked the webinar. And if you want, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll get an immediate notice whenever we record a new webinar. Be sure to bookmark buyparkcity.com/Jeremy Ranch. Get updates on the market, see what active listings are for sale in Jeremy Ranch, and request your sales data whenever you're interested in it. Thank you. Bye-bye.